आई वॉज वेरी पैरानॉइड क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सुना था कि बहुत लोगों को पीपीडी हो जाता है कि यार मैं तो 3 महीने तक अपने बच्चे को उठाया ही नहीं था। इवन फॉर मी लाइक इट टुक मी अ लॉन्ग टाइम टू कंसीव। सो आई थिंक वो कहीं ना कहीं एक एंग्जाइटी रहती है हमेशा कि यार सब ठीक तो हो रहा है, सब ठीक तो हो रहा है। आई वॉज ऑलवेज सीकिंग, आई वॉज डूइंग द फिजिकल एलिमेंट्स, कुछ मिसिंग था। यू हैड मेंशन्ड लाइक गर्भ संस्कार, वो वाली चीजें मैं पढ़ रही थी बट मेरे को खाली पढ़ के ना आई वाजंट रियली गेटिंग मच आउट ऑफ इट एंड आई वांटेड इट टू बी translated. And I think where you did like a magnificent job is
who should take this program and why should somebody take this program?
I think anybody who feels like nervous or anxious during their pregnancy, even for me, like it took me a long time to conceive. So, I was like very anxious कि यार finally हुआ है, सब ठीक ठाक हो जाए, that like you're always worried about your baby's health and well-being. So I think वो कहीं ना कहीं एक anxiety रहती है हमेशा कि यार सब ठीक तो हो रहा है, सब ठीक तो हो रहा है. So I think for me that was like a big reason why I felt that it could help, like just calming me down in my everyday life. Second, like I was always seeking something, so I was reading a lot, and I mean, you and I were also like at some point pregnant at the same time because our Zoe came a few months before Pavishka. So we were already in touch about that. तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे को लग रहा था कि यार कुछ भी मेरे को नया सीखने को मिले जिससे मेरे को कुछ हेल्प मिले, लाइक आई विल टेक इट अप एंड देन
help to in what sense?
help to have like a smooth pregnancy and a smooth delivery, and then also like the postpartum phase, and we didn't touch upon that yet but we can. But so I was doing the physical elements myself. I would go for yoga classes, I would go for walks and swimming, but जो ये spiritual या mental element था ये मेरे को बुक्स पढ़ के नहीं मिल रहा था, एंड आई न्यू दैट आई वांट टू वर्क ऑन माय माइंड. कुछ मिसिंग था, जैसे लाइक यू सेड, इफ आई वाज कम्युनिकेटिंग विद द बेबी या कुछ ऐसा, तो मैं ऐसा कुछ कर नहीं रही थी. मतलब आई वाज जस्ट लाइक बीइंग नॉर्मल एंड एवरीथिंग. सो आई थॉट ओके लेट मी ट्राई, शायद मतलब I should be doing something that maybe I'm missing. And then I remember you had mentioned like Garbh Sanskar and everything as well that you had trained on. वो वाली चीजें मैं पढ़ रही थी बट मेरे को खाली पढ़ के ना I wasn't really getting much out of it, and I wanted it to be translated. And I think where you did like a magnificent job is you translated those ancient texts to people of our generation, and made it like relevant, I would say, for me. But I was struggling to do it by myself. So I think you came in like with that expertise on all of that stuff, but also on being a spiritual guide for me during my, especially the last few months where I thought it was more important to like connect with the baby. And then in terms of postpartum, actually, I'll just like top it up with that because I was very पैरानॉइड क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सुना था कि बहुत लोगों को पीपीडी हो जाता है और लाइक लॉन्ग टर्म इश्यूज हो जाते हैं उससे.
Thankfully is the buzzword now.
और मेरे को सब बहुत सारे it's a new fear. हाँ, so this was something that many people had told me. Like I even had somebody very close in the family, like in our generation, like our age group, who said कि यार मैं तो 3 महीने तक अपने बच्चे को उठाया ही नहीं था पैदा होने के बाद because I was just so upset. But thankfully I think also I owe it to the program that my postpartum, like touchwood, was like so enjoyable and so happy and peaceful. Like every day I was just waking up feeling grateful for my child and like for my family. And yeah, I think मतलब मुश्किल होता है यार, obviously like we had some really rough nights, पूरा रात भर रोती रहती थी, बट कभी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मेरे को उस पे मतलब जैसे होता है ना कई बार मम्मा बच्चे पे गुस्सा हो जाती है कि यार चुप ही नहीं हो रहा है, रोए जा रहा है, ऐसा टचवुड कभी फील नहीं हुआ because it's a gift from God, like, and the child doesn't know that she's suffering, this is why she's crying. So that whole shift, like mind shift, happened with the program. I
think that's a beautiful and a very pertinent thing that you brought to the talk, and that's about the postpartum depression. And you very beautifully got it right. That postpartum depression will never happen if you're bonded to your child on a very deep level during pregnancy.
When I have friends who tell me, oh, we had postpartum depression, and then I was kind of helping them like understand, okay, what was your pregnancy journey like? Because maybe there is a link that you had, coached me on that. And I think that there is that link because they told me, like one or two of my friends told me, oh, I was so busy, I was just traveling for work. And even on my last day, I was working in the office when I went to deliver. And then I realized that like, did you take the time to consciously connect with your child? And let me like, yeah, matlab, so that maybe that did not happen for them, unfortunately, and that led them to suffer afterwards. So I think that consciously connecting with a baby, for me, it really helped,
Yes,
definitely.
it definitely helps, because I had one of my mentees who had a second pregnancy, and we were working with her during her second pregnancy, and she very clearly, she said that, in the first pregnancy, she says, I had postpartum depression, and in the second pregnancy, which was kind of an unplanned one to begin with, but after the whole, the program, and she says, what I feel is postpartum delight. I can now understand the difference. That, when I was the mother for the first time, I literally thought I have to do things. I have to wake up. My life is changed. I will have to do the nappies. I have to stay back. And she said, now that have to has been changed by I love to.
Want to, yeah, I
I
want
want
to,
to. I
yeah,
love to be with her. I would
yeah,
love to stay back. I would love to do things for this,
yeah.
because I've literally fallen in love with her. I believe that's you rightly, brought to the fore, that it's the mindset. So when that change happens, when you fall in love with with your baby, then no, I mean, it's no longer a task. It's like,
Like,
you
you
would
do
love
it
to
out
do
of
it.
love.
You do it out of
You
love.
are do it out of love.
And this changes your entire story. It's like it
Yeah.
changes your whole life post
It
pregnancy.
does, and I think it changes also. Like, I think it will shape the personality of your child as well,
So
for sure. मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लगता है, I'll see how
100%.
she is as she grows up. But like, when the child is seeing that everything is done with so much love, that's what they are learning by example.
That what would you like to, advise, or you would like to tell any mother who's pregnant? What would you like to tell her, or maybe somebody who's thinking to take up this course?
First, I would say, like, close your eyes and sign up for the course, because it can only make your experience better. And I'm sure some people will be like, "नहीं यार, I'm happy. Like, I don't really need it. Everything is great," and I'm really happy if that's your situation. I was like that, but then it takes your happiness or contentment or preparation for both to the next level. And then, like we already spoke about, some of the things that are a part of the program are not things that we think about doing consciously, like preparing your first communication with the child, or the visualization, or the communicating when the baby's in the tummy, about the arrival time, all of those things. I think that's what the difference is from a usual healthy pregnancy versus like a very conscious, pregnancy, and the program that you're leading, Harleen. And this is why I would like anybody who's, in two minds, of course, you can reach out and discuss more about my experience anytime. But I would not hesitate to sign up for the program. And I mean, I'm just thinking, like, whenever I have, a plan to do a second child, I'm going to come back to you from the beginning next time.
that's
And not
that's
wait till the last semester.
of course. So, one last one. So, Himanshi, so if you had to sum up everything, your experience about the whole program in one word, what will it be?
Well, I would say I'm super grateful that I came across this program. I'm super grateful for the time that Harleen gave me, because, I mean, with a 4-month-old, our Zoe, at that time when we were doing the program, actually, she was 2 months, not even 4 months. Yeah. So, I mean, it shows the commitment of the coach herself. I think that also makes a lot of difference. And yeah, so I mean, all I would say is, don't hesitate and sign up, and you will not regret it.
So I'm so grateful to you, and thank you
Thank
for joining
you.
us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.